said, I was over in England. I had a sister that went to Oxford and never came home. So I was over there for my niece's wedding, and it was really, really marvelous. But we love books, as you can see by how many ended up in the library that we're now donating. So we went always to the bookstores, and I found this book over there that was an Italian crime novel. But I love the way the Italians write. You always get, there's a message in there. And this one's message was really brilliant. It was very subtle, but I really thought about it a lot on the trip and on the way home. And what it was is that water is shaped by the container that it's in. And I want to really talk about that today and how important the container is. When we think of consciousness, we think of water. They're very similar. They find their own level. It has all kinds of shapes and way of being. It can be a wave, it can be a standing pillar, it can be a podium, it can be us. It's this wonderful, malleable thing that we can create the way we want. And when you think about that kind of creation, you think about art. Think about pottery and finding the right clay and finding the color you want it to be, how involved you can get with your hands. Or when Vivian does her quilts, how involved, and the patterns and the picture, how important it is. How we're planning this move. The sail and the bringing things together and the letting go of the old. And thinking about what the landscape's going to be and what that's going to look like and the labyrinth and how it's all going to come together. We're putting a lot of time and energy into creating this container for our church. How we all work together to make it happen. You think of this and really feel that feeling. And think about, do we do that in our daily life? Do you get up in the morning and build the container for that day? Do you set your intentions and your emotions for what you want to outpicture and manifest? I find that I don't every day. That there are a lot of days where I just get in the car and go without any focus on where I'm going or how I want it to look. I mean, I have the goals, right? The errands I have to do, or what I have to read or study, or where I have to go, or who to call. But do I take the extra time all the time to think, it's going to go with grace and ease, it's going to outpicture beautifully, I'm going to be love unfolding? No. I do it when I think about it, and I make it a point to do it, but I still haven't embodied that, and that's the big lesson I got out of this trip. I really need to make that as natural as breathing. And I think it behooves all of us to visit this again. How much do we put into our life? We know that thought creates. How much attention do we pay to molding those thoughts? To making them what it is we want to outpicture? We say treatments. We work at the treatment, we work at the words, we massage it to make sure we're using the right words. We struggle with, do we believe it? Do we feel it? Have I embodied it? But how much have we put in of the delight of creation? Knowing the beauty in our thoughts and our prayers and what it's going to be. I can go out and see a flower and really appreciate the beauty in a flower, or somebody's eyes, or a hug. Do I ever get that excited about the words that I speak every day? And I don't. This is something that I'm inviting everybody to work on with me, because we need to focus more. It's so chaotic, so busy, so many things to do, so little time. How often do we sit and think, after we've had a conversation, we think of all the things we said wrong, or how you stumbled and hope they took that right. Do you ever stop and think of everything we said right? The loving things that came out of your mouth, or the nice compliments, or how you helped something move along, or contributed to it? Do we take the time to appreciate both us as a container and what we do as part of that container? If we could think of our lives as more than just a work in process, if we could think of it as a wonderful, loving piece of art that we work on daily, and not even work, I want to get work out of that, but that we lovingly mold daily and shape daily, and that we're taking all this beauty out into the world instead of all the mistakes we've done or all the guilt we carry. Close your eyes for a minute, and we're going to feel the difference between positive and negative. So I'm going to say a bunch of negative words, and I want you to really feel how that feels in your body, and then we'll do the positive. So close your eyes and think, okay, I'm worthless. I said a terrible thing. I did something terrible. Oh, I hate this world. Nothing works. I hate this job. I hate this car. It never stops. Why did I even get up this morning? Feel that in the pit of your stomach and feel how empty and detached and cold that feels. Now say you want to release that. I don't want that in my life anymore. And focus instead on, and you can hear my voice change as it goes into the positive. There's a difference. I love this world. I love my job. Oh, look at all the beauty around me. The loving friends I have. The community I'm a part of. Life is good. Feel the difference in your stomach. That's where we need to get to daily in all of our words and all of our thoughts. That we're coming from that heart, from that container. When we do a treatment, we're told to have intention. How often is the intention the goal? I want this. I want my house to sell. I want a new job. I need a new outfit, the right doctor, the surgery to come out good. Instead of, I want a loving life 24/7, the rest of the time I'm on this planet. You see how we need to expand our thinking to embrace more of the beauty and the love, because it's there. It's all around us. We see it up here, how everybody came together, how everybody helped each other, whether it was the fire, whether it was the yard sale yesterday. All of us coming together. It can be so beautiful. Think about when you do your meditations, when you do your prayers, when you want to have the goals in your life. Make them intangible. Make them loving and more. Make it a gift to you in the world. Do I want the new job? Sure, I want the new job. Do I want the paycheck? Sure, I want the paycheck. Yeah, I want the benefits. But flip that. I want to be in a place with like-minded people that are loving and joyous, where I can be of service, where I can make a difference, where I can gift the universe with me. See the difference in what you're asking for? You're asking for more. You're opening it for Source to gift you with more than you ever thought was possible. We teach people to say prayer. Ask for this or more. The mores are the intangibles. That's the love. That's the flow. That's the connection to consciousness. Not just the form, but the essence of who and what we are. The essence of what Source is. Think of that when you do your intentions, when you go back and ask for prayer treatment, when you ask somebody for help. What do you really want? Do you want a boat? Or do you want the sun on your face and the freedom and the wind in your hair? See the difference? It's a completely different world that opens you to endless possibilities. Don't limit them by your intention. Your belief. We're always working on belief that these things are possible, that we deserve them. But start working with that. Like with Kim's wonderful affirmation. Work on when you have the intention and your love and your beauty, how can you not take that a step further and go, this should be mine. I'm a valuable person. I make a difference in this world. I matter. Therefore, what I need matters. And you start making these steps of moving forward. And as you hear the words and you hear the thoughts, then the emotion comes into it. You get the tears that Kim had because that meant something what she was saying. It touched her heart and her soul. And she risks enough to share that with us. It's about risk, getting out of our ruts, being able to embrace this new way. Instead of saying, I'm having a career change and I'm going to do this now, say, I embrace my new career. I can expand and be more. I can love. A lot of us have looked at retirement. I embrace retirement, and I know that all my needs are met. I know that everything is here because I'm worth it. I helped make this world a better place. See the affirmations? Excuse me. See the things and how they start flowing? And how, after a while, you can't believe anything else but we are God incarnate. We are this intangible, loving source, this consciousness that makes a difference in this world. And we, each and every one of us, have the mastery of that power. It's available to all of us. It's not on a first come, first served. It's not on a lotto. It's not random. It's there 24/7 through eternity, through all the worlds, whatever your belief, it's there. Embrace it. Embrace who and what we are, what we can be. So when you think about this next week and what's going on in your life, think about it. What's my water looking like? Is it flowing in a stream? Does it have salt? Is it part of the ocean? Is it the beautiful ice you're putting in your drink? Is it the container of this gorgeous sink that you put your water in every morning? But start to notice water. Just notice the water. You go up and sit and stare at the lake. The endless, endless beauty of that lake is who and what we are. If we didn't have it in us, we couldn't recognize it and we wouldn't see it. So if you've ever noticed one thing beautiful in this world, you have beauty in you. If you've ever loved once, you have love in you. That's what we want to see. When you see those things, that's what's in me. Make it personal. Start connecting yourself, not just with Source, but Source here. Source as the consciousness manifest here. Feel the beauty of the flower. That beauty's in us. All you have to do is look with love into anybody's eyes. You can't miss it. It's there. It's in all of us. God is everything. So God, Source, love, energy, however you want to call it, is in all of us. Make it personal. I keep wanting to look at the baby. How can anything be more beautiful than the gift of that? Think of the wonder. Women all over the world do that. You know? That's pretty awesome. How can you not look at that and think, God, I'm a marvelous machine. Look what I just popped out. And it only took me 9 months. It's beautiful. And that's where we want our thinking to go. Because then our thoughts change. So our intention and our thoughts and our manifestation now are creating a completely different container than where it was. Because I know most of us don't want to go back to where it was. It wasn't any fun the first time. Let's make the second time better. We're living longer and longer. I've probably got another 30, 35 years to go. I don't want that to be like the first 35. That was miserable. I'm not going back to that hell. So we look at what do we have to do to make it different. It's as simple as beginning to focus on water. Keep that in mind. When you look at water, when you wash your hands, when you take a drink, oh look, my water's round now and it's 3 inches tall. That's exciting. But it shows you the miracle of what we can do with prayer work. It shows you the miracle of what we can create. We can create everything we see. That means that you can take this energy that we use and make it a beautiful piece of art, a beautiful quilt, a beautiful smile, the music, a lovely, heart-touching spiritual thought. This beauty is in all of us. So when you go out the next couple of weeks, pay attention to your water and then connect that back to your thoughts. What are your thoughts doing? What are your actions doing? Are they really the container that you want it to be? Thank you.